Oh, I guess now we can talk in peace.
Yeah. So what's going on here?
I uh, I owe some bad people some money, a lot of money. Um, I I have my family, and I started thinking, man, I gotta make a name for myself. I gotta do something important. So I uh, I got a loan, and not the smartest thing to do, I know, but and I tried to start up my own company, Intel. It's not, it's, it didn't work out. Anyways, these guys, I thought they were pretty reputable, pretty understanding. One of my friends. Anyways, they're not reputable. They're not understanding. So I owe them a lot of money. I got nothing to show for my business venture, and they were getting pretty. Man, they got my girls. They got them hostage, man. And there's nothing I can do about it. I couldn't turn to anybody, so I thought I'd find you. I'm sort of getting pretty good at this Intel thing. Unfortunately, it's a bit too late, but I was able to find out where you're at.
Do you do you know where they're keeping your girls?
There's a second station. Uh, sort of, the Tigers run this place. They've got their own sort of private area. There's a shuttle that runs between them, but not many people know about it. I do. Intel. um, they've got it held there. It's sort of where they do a lot of their planning. It's where they hold all their arms. They don't want people, regular scum, just taking all their stuff, breaking in, saving their own families. He got sort of like he's trying to keep a smile on his face, but you can see he's hurting.
Yeah. Do you know how well guarded this station is?
It's a private military. Of course, it's well guarded.
Mm.
These guys are no good. They've got their fingers in a lot of pie.
You have good intel. Do you know any back doors?
One, I got a contact. He actually runs the shuttles. There's a service area that they use. We could go on board the sort of end of the line for the shuttles and into their service area and come in through that way. It's still guarded, but it'll be easier.
Okay.
Hey, that guy you're with, your captain. You're probably the muscle. Is there anybody else that could give us a hand?
Potentially. I suppose you. I'm not too sure they'll be happy about doing this work for free, but I'll see what I can work out with them.
We're siblings. I don't expect you to stick your neck out just for nothing. I'm pretty connected. I can get you anything you need: parts, jobs, contacts. It's not money, but it's something. It's what I can do.
It might be enough to convince them. Are people going to notice if you disappear?
No one important.
Maybe I'll.
What is this weird Zelda remix? What?
What?
The SoundCloud.
Oh yeah, it continues playing on with the next most reasonable thing, which is often not
I was going on leap.
Yeah. Or
It's playing some Zelda thingy, over there going.
yeah, that's weird. So there's a like a really country slide playlist, or the Bastion background that was the previous link is also good. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't got much that's really space station-y, if you know what I mean. It's all pretty country, planet, Dust Bowl. Just because I got kind of screwed over with this whole music thing, I haven't had time to get some tracks together.
Maybe I'll just get some way of contacting my brother.
Yeah, he's got a like a private, basically a code that'll put you straight through to his comms. Yeah, you can. You could text or you know, basically like a radio, except it's over like a phone connection. It runs through like for example, yours. If you did the connection, you'd run through the ship's comms interface. That way, it's a little more private. Your communication's not going through some random, thing on the ship. Sorry, on the station.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll just get his information off of him, and then I will head back to the ship and try and talk to the captain about seeing what we can do.
Yeah. Okay. I think he asked to come with you because they know where he lives, and now that he's got the guy that was following him, he asked, for a little bit of refuge, basically.
Sure. I can't really say no. He's my brother. But, yeah, I'll bring him to the ship. Sorry.
That I should use that.
So yeah, I think everybody on the ship, you guys have finished putting the part in. You're kind of waiting for Ellis to get back. You're sort of holding up the works. Yeah, I don't know if you've gotten any job leads or anything like that, Flint / Drake. Tell you what, give us some kind of culture roll. Probably each of you independently.
Cultural with what?
Just something that applies to the station. So it might be criminal, it might be
Oh, I have culture traveler.
traveler or spacer. Traveler's good for knowing a lot of people very vaguely.
Culture spacer.
Yeah, spacer would do it as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Well,
if anybody gets particularly good, charisma. If anybody gets particularly good, there'll be like somebody on station that you know.
and if it's on the skills on 0, it's just we don't get -1, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Zero. Oh no, it's that was an 8.
Oh, because I put the +1. Whoops.
Yeah. Well, once again, Drake's got the highest for culture, surprising nobody. Yeah. I think you've got a contact on station that you were you'd like set up a meeting with. You hadn't actually gone to see him yet. So you guys are waiting for that time for either Ellis to come back or for the meeting, and Ellis comes back with this guy.
Hey, Ellis. Brought your brother back. You gonna show him around the ship?
If you don't mind.
Yeah, that's alright.
Sure. Maybe I'll just over to Sophie or Phoebe.
Mm-hmm.
And ask him to give him a bit of a tour while I talk to the captain.
Sure, I can do that.
I go do that?
Sure. It's like 3 rooms in the ship. It's like
This
each
is
of
where we
your-
would
your
hold cargo.
quarters. Yeah, the
Yeah, I
cargo
do it.
room.
I do it with sarcasm, just like, oh, this is yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
If we had cargo, it would be here.
Exactly.
Alright, so Alice, you pull Flint aside.
Yeah. My brother's in trouble. He owes some people a lot of money, and his family's been taken hostage.
That is troublesome.
What was the company that was on the pistol? Sorry.
Tigers.
It just says Tigers. It's like a gang tag, basically.
Okay.
The group that runs the station is called the Hanging Red Tigers. They've got it in it. Hanging means red tigers.
He's my brother. I really want to help him out. He knows where the where his daughter and wife are being held captive, and he reckons he's got a backdoor it to get us in. It's not going to be easy, but he's my brother, and I really want to try and help him out. He doesn't have a lot of money because he owes people money, but he said he's into intel, so he can get us jobs and parts and things. And any how about I won't take any cut out of the next 2 jobs for pay if we help him out.
Well, I think we're gonna have to talk to your brother a bit more about this and get some more information, because I would know about like the Red Tigers, wouldn't I?
Yeah. You probably had dealings with them in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know these Red Tigers aren't somebody who can be messed with.
Yeah, they're bad dudes, drug traffickers. Got pretty much any criminal angle, they've got a finger in it.
Okay.
But Ellis,
Bit
I
of
wanna-
slavery on the side as well.
Ellis, yeah, we'll talk to your brother, but listen, we might not be able to take this one. I know it's your brother, but if I think that this is going to be too hot and that there's possibility that you or anyone else on my crew could get hurt, then we're going to have to leave your brother to do it himself.
I don't know how if she would take that very well. Just yeah.
Role play.
I'm just kind of processing how she would handle.
Yeah, trying to
That-
get in ahead.
Yeah.
Guns blazing. You'll help me or die.
She wouldn't like. Maybe I quickly go grab my brother and bring him in.
Yeah, I think the conversation's been long enough that he's seen on the whole ship, and they've just been sort of standing there awkwardly trying to make small talk, him and and Sophie.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah.
So yeah, I guess we go to like, do we have like a, we'd have like a dining area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like just us three go. Yeah, then I confront him and say, well, Ellis has told me about how you're in a bit of trouble, and I've told Ellis that if I think that it's possible that we can help you, then we'll do our best, but I'm also not going to risk myself or the crew on this.
I mean, that's fair enough. I've got myself in this hot water. I'm not gonna burn you.
Yes, yeah, tell me about this back door.
Alright. My buddy Chang. He organizes the shuttles from one place to another. He's from this station to theirs. They have their own private OSS, and these shuttles, they go backwards and forwards, just carrying like sort of their private military guys. They're just people that are actually part of the Tigers. My buddy Chang, he runs it. He's on the station. He can like get us on an empty shuttle into the servicing department. Apparently, there's 2 guards there at all times, but they tend to be pretty slack about changing shifts. There might be a couple of minutes window. We can't be seen though, because my buddy's putting his neck out for this. He's pretty new with the Tigers, and he didn't really know what he was getting himself into. He's not a bad guy. Beyond that, I don't exactly know where they're being held, but the station isn't that big. I'm sure we could break into their computer system and go through camera logs, or I don't know, figure something out. I'm not much into that myself, but I'm assuming you guys have got someone on your crew that can do something like that.
Do they?
Yeah, we have someone, yeah. We're gonna have to look into this and, yeah, find out how easy or hard it's gonna be.
Is your pilot familiar with small shuttles, small craft, ducking codes, all that kind of stuff?
Oh, I think he'd be able to handle it.
Cool.
I think I might be. Yeah, vehicle space. Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then sort of beyond that, I guess someone to break into their technical systems, shut off air, lighting, power, just cause a bit of chaos so we can get in there, grab them, and get out again. It's probably going to be soldiers. I mean, that's what Alice is for. But I think, I mean, I can't do it, but probably you guys could do it with me there. He sort of gives a half smile, like a, you know, please accept, because I'm desperate.
I think I'm gonna have to run this by the rest of the crew, and also see what they think about it.
Hey, that's fair. I did have a little, I don't know if Ellis told you, I had a little conflict with one of the Tigers back there, so we might want to be acting pretty fast. If we do, but that's, you know, that's entirely up to you. I mean, you're doing me a big favor here, so.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. We should get on this fast if we're gonna act. Alice, why don't you get someone to look into that computer stuff? See if we can find where his wife and daughter are being held, and I'll gather the rest of the crew and tell them our plans.
Well, wouldn't like Sophie or Drake be one? Oh, well, not Drake, but so
Yeah, Sophie.
Sophie would be the one to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't she going to be at the meeting? Like,
You can fill her in.
okay.
Question my captaining.
You're supposed to be at the meeting, but supposed to not be at the meeting. Yeah, maybe I'll ask Helios. Do you know the layout of the base?
Not really. I've got a rough map of the service department. Just sort of, it's fairly small. I know that much, but I don't really know the specifics of the place. I mean, that's something we can download once we get there. We just kind of, once we land, we just need to secure that first room, and then we've got it. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Alright then.
Yeah.
I guess get the
Yeah,
crew.
crew meeting.
Yeah. Just.
I think everybody's. Are you all in the the cargo bay? Are you in the dining, around the dining table? What's the go? Maybe in the cockpit or in the.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where are you?
Knowing my crew, they're probably in the cargo hold, just playing hacky sack.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, just
Yep. Cool.
yeah, I just get everyone together and just fill them in on everything. Yeah, I don't want to go through the whole thing again, so I'll just.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody's heard what's going on, so.
Has
Yeah.
anyone got questions, comments, queries, problems?
So we're dealing with the tigers.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Do we have enough gear to deal with that?
It sounds pretty dangerous.
Yeah. That's why I need you to look into a couple of things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to kick him in the nuts. Metaphorically speaking. But, want to
I
get
can
out.
probably find out, go ask some contacts, some questions about them if you want me to find out some more information, Captain.
Yeah, that would be good if you could find out perhaps the size of their ship or a map or something of it. Would be quite useful.
Alright, I'll get to that.
Yeah. I guess I'd be looking into the technical system somehow.
Mhm.
What about the guy that attacked him, Elias's brother?
I mean,
Oh,
I
I
left him unconscious and tied up in an alley.
So he didn't have anything on him,
Well, we.
technology-wise.
I took the pistol from him.
Other than that,
I'll,
no.
I'll just hand it over to you.
He actually had a cred stick.
Man, amateurs. Yeah. I don't know. I sort of just I just go into the mainframe or sort of, is that like a local internet sort of thing?
Yeah.
Around here?
Yep.
Yeah, just sort of look around, see if there's something I can break into, get info.
Yeah. So the internet is kind of weird because there's no faster than light communications. There's like a local copy of the internet, and every couple of days it gets updated to the sort of system-wide version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Should I have to make it like a computer roll for that?
Yeah, make a computers and like I don't know wisdom because you're kind of like investigating rather than being smart about it.
Should I
it's not
do
like you're
another
hacking or-
roll for my contacts?
Yeah,
or I'll
yeah,
just
whichever
have the
culture skill is the most applicable.
Okay.
Before you do your roll, Drake,
Yeah.
who is your contact on the station, and how do you know him and all that kind of stuff? What?
Let's say
what?
it would.
Yeah, go on.
It'd be someone from. I reckon it'd be someone that worked in the same company as me
Okay.
before it got shut down.
Yeah, because they were a munitions company, weren't they?
Yep.
So probably a lot of the guys, yeah, fit in pretty well out here.
Alright, so it's 2 like last time. No, 1.
so for getting contacts, I'll let you know now how the system goes. You know how in Star Wars, they go on a Bespin and Han's like, "Hey, my buddy Lando lives there." But if Star Wars was an RPG, his player flubbed the roll because it was a trap, right? Yeah. So that's just how. Yeah.
I always get the bad rolls when it counts, but good rolls on nothing that matters.
Oh yeah, on saving a couple of bucks on the part.
Yeah, well, no, and my other culture and traveler roll, I thought that might have counted.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
different guy, I reckon. All right. So Sophie, you're able to pull up some like schematics for the place, but that kind of thing is not really your wheelhouse. That's more might need some help from Phoebe to sort of interpret it and try and find a weakness or a whatever. So maybe Phoebe, you want to make a post-tech intelligence roll to see to try and interpret the blueprints of the thing. Yep, not bad. I think there's a room not far from, like, it's like right next to the service department. That is the control room for all their critical systems, for power, for air, like life support, and like the station shield and a few other bits and pieces that are like station critical things. And the power generation is actually in that room. So if you're gonna wreak some havoc, that's the room to be in. Yeah. But yeah, it looks like there's like a local data system inside the space station, and there's only one connection in or out in terms of like internet stuff. So if you can sever that, you can sever their like calls for help or things like that. Yeah, and that's sort of in the same area. Moving from place to place, you might need a little bit of help from Ellis or someone because there's likely that's going to be the most well guarded place. But yeah, if you're gonna wreck some stuff, that's the place to be.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. In terms of your contact, Drake, you meet up with him and get talking about this the job or the and try and put in this station as well. He does have a good job for after this. He's got a hang on.
A delivery job?
No, it's not a delivery job. I
Damn it.
just got a randomly generated one. I'm like, that's pretty similar to the previous one. So I've gotta get another one because that's too similar. But yeah, in terms of this, knowing anything about this station, he's like been there once, and he was like blindfolded and brought into a room to talk to a guy, and then blindfolded and left again. So he knows absolutely stuff all, but like when you were talking over the phone, he's like, yeah, I've been there before. I'll tell you all about it. He's rubbish. The job he's got for you though is pretty good. There's a an old weapons researcher that he was working with. He's sort of fallen out of ways with him, but this guy was making like a combat droid. Turns out he wrote a pretty poor program, and the thing sort of freaked out, broke out of the laboratory, and he needs somebody basically to clean up his mess.
Sounds like a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It pays well is the thing.
Yeah.
And you figure with your technical expertise on the with the crew, you should be able to ace it, but it pays really well because it's sort of perceived as being dangerous. All right, so you guys have got schematics. Got a little bit of an idea of the layout of the place. You get a thought that there's this sort of room off to one side that is like unmarked, and you figure in situations like this, criminal buildings and stuff like that, they don't tend to mark the rooms that are like specifically for something dodgy. Like it might be a drug lab, or it might be a torture chamber, or it might be something like that. So whatever it is, that room seems suspicious, and it seems like that might be a likely place to have hostages. But yeah, it is a fair way into the station though, so yeah, I don't know. That's probably the first place you should check when you go there. This unmarked room in the middle. Now, anybody else doing anything plan wise?
Would I be able to make a tactics roll?
For what?
Essentially just trying to like plan out, especially like the starting of the operation, just to like make sure it goes smoothly.
Sure. Yeah, give it a tactics intelligence. Or tactics wisdom, probably.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna prepare that gun beforehand, just in case something happens on the ship.
Yeah, sure. How does Phoebe feel about the idea that you're probably going to have to go onto this station to wreck all the technical stuff?
Really nervous, and hoping everyone has her back.
Cool.
As much as she'll try and.
Ah.
No.
All right. So you feel like you've got a good plan, right? You've got you've got a way in. You've got a contact on the inside that can help you once you've landed. You feel like you've got the guard routines down, sort of through another channel. Maybe you've got like names and contact details of some of the guards and stuff like that through the internet. And like you've just got like this smacking plan that should go well. You feel like your gut is telling you exactly where the hostages are going to be, like getting everybody prepared and whatever, and we'll see how that turns out.
We're all gonna die.
But yeah, Phoebe, your gun, it's like a laser pistol. So add that onto your sheet.
Cool.
Laser. Is it a stun one or a lethal one?
Maybe we should roll for that, considering it's a junk one. I'll just roll a 1d2.
I mean, you could make it either way just by altering the power output, basically.
So how does it work typically between lethal and non-lethal? Does it change stats at all, or?
Yeah, normally laser pistols are a little bit lower on stats, but they give basically they stun them so that you can have a round them being stunned.
Yeah, I should probably.
They're like a long-range taser, basically, and like you don't have to have the stun one. All right. So your damage is going to be 1d6 as opposed to it's usually +1. But there you go. Just add it onto your like in your gear somewhere.
Pistol, cool. Do I have that in my rated gear as well, or is that just meant to be my thing?
You've got to have it if you want to have it on hand. You've got to have it in your
Yeah.
gear. Yeah.
Bioscan's not useful for this.
Nah, not for this situation. So that's fine.
Can we take a quick break?
Yeah. I think now that we've got pretty much a plan together, we'll take a break and we'll come back and
Sweet.
execute it. All right. So we'll come back in 15. So we'll, probably 1:45, 10:45.
Sounds good.
See you then.
Yeah.
He certainly has.
All right. So let's do this.
Let's gather everybody in the dining room.
Okay.
Alright, so I assume everybody's there.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. So everybody could probably see that Flint's kind of like a bit overwhelmed by all of this. Yeah. Says to everybody, well, I've been thinking about this for what the time that we've had to think about it, and I'm really sorry to you, Ellis, but I think this is a suicide mission.
I'm sure we can do this.
I just think it's a really big risk for little reward. I know that there are innocent people involved, which makes it hard.
I don't know, Captain. When I think about her brother's situation, I think about what if my family was in this situation, how desperate I'd be. I mean, surely contacts, jobs, and we don't know what the potential is of the reward.
Is it enough for us to lose all of our lives? And even if we do succeed, we have no idea who this group is with, so we don't know what kind of enemies we're going to make. Because even if we win or lose, we're going to get hunted down no matter what.
Surely, he said he has contacts. We don't know what kind of allies we might make as well.
But this is all if. There's no reason to risk all of our lives for something that
What
we
about
don't
last
even
job?
know if we'll be able to do.
Last job, we didn't know the situation was going to go bad, and everybody handled themselves well. But going into this group's base and trying to take something that they think is theirs seems to me like a really bad idea. And not only that is, I don't want to risk the lives of everybody here on something like this. I think that unfortunately we'd have to leave Ellis's brother to sort this out for himself. He's got himself into this trouble, and I really don't see the point in dragging everybody, my crew, into this when there's only little reward to be gained.
It was your call, Captain. I respect your decision and understand why.
I understand, but with all due respect, I can't leave my brother like this. I need to stay back and help him.
Well, Ellis, I really don't want to see you go, but I don't want to risk the crew on this.
I understand.
Alice, are you definitely sure you're going on this?
I don't have much worth holding on to, but family is one thing that I, after losing my parents in a war, I can't bear to think that I would lose my brother as well. I need to see him through this.
Upon hearing this, like, are we around the dinner table or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, upon hearing that, like, you just see Phoebe just like slam the table and like stand up. Like she's just awkwardly standing there silent for a bit. And she walks up to Ellis, puts her hand on her shoulder. I sort of know this feeling. I will join you.
Wait, I just realized. If we hack into the systems, doesn't mean we'd have access to pretty much who knows what secrets. And wouldn't those be worth a fair bit?
I'm not sure. Drake, this is sort of your field. Do you know anything about that?
Secrets are always worth something, no matter how little or how small. But when I joined this ship, I don't remember signing on to be a hero.
I see where you're coming from. But I guess it's more of a personal thing. I just hate groups like this. Yeah.
Yes, but we don't know their numbers, their size, how well equipped they are.
Actually, you do know their numbers. You have a roster of their cards.
Then we don't know how well equipped they are.
In other words, we don't know what we're talking about.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm good either way, but just throwing
I
some.
mean, how many
stuff out there.
people here do we actually have that can be in a proper fight? 2 of us? 3 maybe? I have a gun, but I'm not very good at using it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Like
you
the
want
ma-
to take on an entire crew with just 2, 3 people while the others...
We were
fall
far capable
behind
of that
you.
previous mission.
That was just a fluke.
You see at this point, like Phoebe's really hesitant, like she's shaking. Like, she hasn't been as courageous in her choice. But then she like you see her just grab Ellis's hand, like I definitely have your back in this. I don't know how hard this will be, but I want to see your brother safe as well.
Alright, what does everybody else want to do?
There's only one way that we can do this, really, and that's finding another group that has beef with this group. There is
So
no
bad,
way we would be able to get through this with just us, because we do not have the manpower or firepower.
It's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, do we know of anyone off the top of their heads? Because there meant to be multiple
Well,
mercenary groups around, aren't
Does
there?
does Helios know anyone more to the point?
I mean, yeah, there's a competing group. They're also based on this station, Haydock. And they are called The Thing.
Really? The thing?
No, hang on.
Oh damn, I was gonna say that's awesome.
They're called Sunbeam. Yes, Sunbeam.
Are they just like this group though? Like, corrupt?
I mean, it depends who you talk to. Some say that Sunbeam is like doing the real work, and that you know, governments are corrupt and like everything like that. But Sunbeam are real, and they're gritty, and they do what needs to be done. But I don't know. You get in there, you talking to like law enforcement, and they'll be like, "Yeah, no, Sunbeam is scum."
Yeah.
Like the blue sun thing kind of deal.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah. I mean, we could try that angle.
As in, try the angle like to get them on side, and
Yeah. Just sort of give them an opportunity.
I dare say, some trade secrets or business secrets would be nice to share with them as well.
Yeah.
Not to mention that if they do help us, they can probably take their ship and some of the cargo and valuables, not all of it. After all, there is nothing in this world that doesn't have a value.
Alright, so I want to hear everyone's opinion. Do we want to go through with this and try and get Sunbeam on our side?
Yeah, I'm keen for it.
That will be the only way I will do this. If they do not agree to, then I'm not ready to lose my life.
That's fair.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm staying to help my brother, but
Yeah.
I would much rather you guys here as well.
Alright, Wolf, any thought?
Can we just blast them from orbit?
And kill all of the civilians.
Yeah, kill the hostages we're going in there to save.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Alright then,
Answered your own question there.
I guess.
But I will put this to you. Do you really think a group of gangland thugs are the kind of people you want as your counter-terrorists in this kind of operation?
Well, if it's what everybody else wants to do.
I mean, at least blasting them from orbit, you know, we know the hostages are going to die either way. This is probably a bit cleaner.
Jeez.
Alright, we're not blasting them from orbit. The plan
Yeah,
was
suit
to
yourself.
save
I
them.
didn't sign on to become a hero, but I also didn't sign on to become the villain as well.
Yeah, that's right. Alright, let's try and go find Sunbeam and suppose see if they'll help us. If not, I think we're gonna have to have another discussion.
Yeah. I'd say if we go from the angle of just like, hey, it could be an opening soon, like you to start, well, infiltrating the base, taking out tigers. Just like see if they want in, like come up with a deal.
Yeah. Well, I think I'll leave most of the dealing up to Drake. But yeah, let's go find Sunbeam, I guess.
The blue sunbeams. Oh.
Alright, so Helios knows a spot where there's normally like they go to some certain bar and they like, you know, have the entire back section, and they there's always some of them there drinking and whatever. That might be a place to start to try and find out who to talk to.
Yeah, alright. Who's coming with? Obviously, I'm going and Drake. Ellis, did you want to come?
Sure.
I think if it's alright with you, we'll leave your brother out of it for now.
Yeah. Do you mind if he stays on the ship for shelter though?
No, that's fine.
Right, yeah, that's fine by me then.
Alright. So yeah, do we see any of them around the bar.
All right. The place is called it's called Andy's. It's a pretty dingy looking, like kind of British pub. It seems the weird thing to have on a space station like this, but the music inside is like pretty like country. Hang on, I've got a specific thing. It's on that playlist. And it's number 4, I think. Yeah, number 4. Alright, really upbeat, not the kind of thing that you would expect in like a gang-riddled pub, right? But they're all up the back shouting and cheering and, you know, doing shots, and there's probably a dozen of them back there at the moment. They have a big old table, though, that can probably fit twice that many, and that's like that's like, you know, Sunbeam's table.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's like in a raised section at the back, so you guys step up the steps. It's like sort of 3 or 4 steps. Someone at the front eyes you guys down. They're like bowler hats and like vests and stuff like that. They're very British.
Oh, they're weebs.
So yeah, you guys come up, and the guy, you know, closest to you, he's like, "Hey, up, what have we got here?"
Hello, gentlemen.
Very lovely. Hello to you. What are you doing back here?
I wanted to talk to you guys about something. Do you mind if we sit and perhaps buy you around? What are you drinking?
Hey, if you're buying, we're doing shots right now.
Yeah, let's get another round of shots up here.
They all cheer and, you know, quickly make room for you to sit down, and bartender brings out a tray full of shots. Put down like 10 credits or something.
Alright.
Yeah, everybody, you know, 1, 2, 3, go, and they all take their shot. You know, one of them slaps you on the back, and oh, that's good, Right, so oh, what are you thinking? What's you got a job for us? So what?
Yeah, well, see, we've got a bit of a, well, not we, but somebody's got a bit of a problem with the tigers.
Tigers, indeed.
Yeah, they've taken a man's family away from him, and kind of holding them ransom at the moment.
Well, that's no good. We can't have that.
No, if you're interested, me and my crew have got kind of got a plan together of how we can go into their ship and take them back. Well, we need a bit more muscle. Need perhaps a bit more firepower.
He's sort of sullen and nodding. He's like, contemplating.
Yes, and of course there would be whatever they have on the ship. Some of it would be yours, and for the taking.
Right.
Should probably. What's the name of the gang?
Sunbeam or Red Tigers.
Red Tiger. Yeah. Should I like? Can I just like say in like a very monotone voice, like Red Tigers, and see if it riles up a reaction?
They mentioned
Yeah,
it.
I did mention it.
Have they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, he's like, alright, so you're telling me we're gonna go onto the Red Tiger's private space station. We're gonna march in there, guns blazing, and take them all out and rescue your hostages and save the day. What's in it for us?
Well,
I mean, me and my boys could do that here and now. Wouldn't need you involved.
yes, I've seen you in action. I'm sure you could. Well, we wouldn't go in guns blazing. We have their schedule of when their guards and things would be on. So we would take it stealthily, and then once we have the hostages, and yeah, I suppose the ship would be yours to keep. It would definitely put a dent in the Tigers, and perhaps you could get rid of them from this. Or at least get rid of them out of your sector.
Hey, possibly. Hey, Dave. Do you want to organise a 4-man for our friends here? We'll see what these tigers have got hiding on their ship there. We'll do your deal. I'll give you 4 men. They're good gunners. They're good at sneaking about you. I need to be let in on your plan here, though, because we're not going in there blind. If it's good, you've got your men.
Alright, I'll give you the details and the time, and yeah, the ship will be yours by at the end of the night.
Sounds good. How about I repay you that shot? Another round over here, please. Bring out another tray and offer you another shot each.
Okay, cool.
Alright, take it. You spread the details and organize it. Yeah. Seems like seems like it should be good to have a few extra guns.
That's for sure. Alright. Yeah. I suppose I get a meet around the table, and this one's just a quick one to tell everybody to be careful and stuff, and I want everybody to wear things that wear things that is going to cover you up and not easily be recognized, because if the Tigers find out that we were involved somehow, they will come after us. I'm sure of it.
Okay, so keep everyone's faces covered, or?
Yeah, well, I'm going to be wearing a bandana and like not wearing my regular clothes.
Okay.
And yeah, I recommend that everybody else does the same.
Yeah, sounds good.
Also, I want to establish some sort of meeting point afterwards. Like, instead of just going straight back to our ship, because that's kind of easy to track as well.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm sure you can find a suitable position to all meet back at.
Alright.
Alright. When the time comes, you guys meet up with the 4 men. The head of their team is a guy called Kale. Yeah, he's like ex special operatives. He spent a bit of time like in some various independent militaries, like militaries of independent planets. I mean, not like private militaries.
Yeah.
But yeah, he seems like a perfect guy to help out. Yeah, guys look pretty rough, but they're armored up. They've got some nice tech too.